Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Fatma Suci Ramadhani from Diploma 3 Office Administration, Jakarta University, Class B of 2020. Cheerful and God bless for who hear my speech today. And I hope you guys great healthy through this pandemic. Speaking about pandemic, it's been almost couple years, a heartbreaking disaster for approximately 209 countries with a population of the earth from disease that forced us to stay at home. Coronavirus diseases 2019, also known as covid-19, all segments of humanity life on earth are described. The first case of infection with the coronavirus that causes COVID-19 in early March 2020 from China. Since then, people have been required to wear masks to leave the house, reduce outside activities, wash their hands, and keep their distance. Various countermeasures were made by the government to see the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic in various sectors. Almost all sectors, many have died from this virus. The economic sector that also been seriously affected by this pandemic. Restriction on community activities affect business activity, which have an impact on the economy. The Central Statistic Agency, or BPA's, report this August state that Indonesia's economic growth in the second quarter of 2020 was minus 5.22%. Previously, in the first quarter of 2020, BPS reported that Indonesia's economic growth grew by 2.77%, down far from growth of 5.02% in the same period in 2019. This weakening economic performance also has an impact on the employment situation in Indonesia. Unemployment increases, the inhibition of economic activities automatically makes business actor perform efficiency to reduce losses. As a result, many workers are laid. Many workers are laid off or even laid off PHK. Not only the economy, many countries have decided to close schools, colleges, and universities, including Indonesia. The crisis really came suddenly. Governments in any hemisphere, including Indonesia, had to make a bitter decision to close schools to reduce people's contact massively, evenly. Also, the safe lives are still have to open schools in order to survive the works in maintain economic viability. There are two impacts on the sustainable of education caused by this pandemic. The first is the short-term impact, which is felt by many families in Indonesia, both in urban and rural areas. In Indonesia, many families are less familiar with doing school at home. Homeschooling is a big surprise for Indonesian families for the productivity of parents who are usually busy with with work outside the home. Likewise, with the psychological problems of students who are used to learning face to face with their teacher. All element all elements of education are social exposed to illness due to COVID-19. The implementation of teaching takes place online. This process runs on a scale that has never been tried and tested because it has never happened before. Inevitably, in remote village where the population of school age is very dense, it was confusing because the information technology infrastructure is very limited. Student move online. There is a lot of trial and error with a system that has no uncertainty. In fact, many assessments are cancelled. The second is the long-term impact. Many groups of people in Indonesia will be exposed to the long-term impact of this COVID-19, the long-term impact of education, the aspect of justice and increasing inequality between community groups and between regions in Indonesia. So yeah, thus the theme of the conversation above is the COVID-19 pandemic, and it is worrying. So we must always take care of ourselves. Use masks all the time, especially now that COVID is starting to increase again. And don't forget, for those who haven't been vaccinated, immediately comply with the health protocol so that we can be free from this virus and can carry out activities as before. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.